Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of Sports Corner with your host, Chris Armistead. That's me. If you had watched episode 1 or you plan to watch episode 1, this is a follow up from episode 2. Still learning the ropes, so if you have any comments, any questions, feel free to ask. Open to any suggestions, anything whatsoever. Now, coming from earlier today, we had talked about scores, stats, opinions, everything. So, continuing from there, we're gonna move over to ESPN real quick to discuss current scores right now. And surprisingly, right now, we look at the Diamondbacks are playing against the Milwaukee Brewers from before, tied up at 6 in the bottom of the 14th inning. So, still anyone's game right now with a runner on first and 2 outs. Then we go to Seattle, where the Indians are playing against the Mariners. It's the bottom of the 8th, still also score tied at 3-all. And those are the two current games right now. Looking at past scores, Reds beat the Nats 8-2. Mets beat the Marlins 4-3. Rays beat the Orioles 9-5. Rockies beat the Phillies 4-1. Twins beat the Blue Jays 6-5. White Sox beat the Astros 6-0. Cardinals beat the Dodgers 3-1. Cubs beat the Royals 2-1. Rangers beat the Red Sox 4-3. A's beat the Yankees 3-0. Braves beat the Giants 7-5. And two more games are coming up set for tonight. Angels are home against the Detroit Tigers, and the San Diego Padres are battling it out against the Pirates from Pittsburgh. Now, off to some very funny stuff today. There's a video posted on Facebook that Orbit, the Astros mascot, decided to have a little fun today on his birthday. Unfortunately, the Texans mascot had other ideas. Orbit decides to sprint through the field shirtless, and out of nowhere, the Houston Texans mascot tackles him like a J.J. Watt tackle, and those tackles hurt. They hurt as bad as getting hit by a truck. That's all I gotta say about that. It's like getting hit by a fucking truck. But anyway, segueing onto the NBA right now. As before, the NBA Finals are set for Thursday night in Golden State, where the Western Conference champions Golden State Warriors will battle it out in Game 1 against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, who cruise through the East like it was their job, playing stellar basketball every night and having it a pretty easy schedule though as well. And they will play Thursday night, 9 p.m. on ABC. Golden State with the far superior record this season, but the teams tied in the regular season 1-1, neither of them winning at home. So it comes down. It's a pretty even matchup. Another story that top headline from today: Kevin Love, who suffered a gruesome shoulder injury during the first round of the playoffs against the Boston Celtics, where him and Kyle Leonard got into a little scuffle. They projected he won't be coming back for the playoffs, but however, they say that he will suit up next opening season with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He says that he wants to be a Cavalier next season, and nothing is going to stop him. Love said Sunday after taking a break from rehab, saying, quote, "I truly haven't even thought about it, but as I mentioned, I expect to be suiting up by Game 1 of next year." Love also said, quote, "I initially was very emotional about the play," talking about his scuffle with Kyle Olynyk. I think everybody thinks, oh, he's going to be able to come back, pop it right in. But at the time when it happened, I kind of knew. And about a week went by. I reached out to Kelly, sent him a text, said, "Hey, it's all good. It was a tough play, and we just move on from there." End quote. The Cavs have gone 8-2 since Love went out, beating the Bulls in the semifinals before sweeping the Hawks to earn the franchise's first trip to the finals since 2007, when LeBron made it to the finals to face good old San Antonio, where the Cavaliers got swept to Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. Segueing onto the NFL, it's currently off season, but more talks are coming about the rookies this year. Main three especially were the top four. Was the number 1, 2, and 4 draft pick. Number 1, Jameis Winston going to the Buccaneers. Number 2, Marcus Mariota going to the Tennessee Titans, and number 4, Amari Cooper going to the Oakland Raiders. All eyes are going to be on them this season, so look out for them, and we'll see what happens from there. Some big things that I would like to talk about, which include my teams. Now, I know if you have any questions, if you want to talk about a team, leave a comment, and we'll try to get yours as soon as possible if we want to talk about my teams. The Los Angeles Lakers, man. Where do I start? Kobe, you need to retire. That's all I need to say. You really do need to retire. You've had an amazing career. You're a future Hall of Famer. You have 5 NBA championships, while most still only have like 0. A lot of people don't even have 1. I know you're trying to beat Ty MJ, or actually, yeah, Ty MJ, but you don't have a lot of people to do it, and you try to win it by yourself, but it's kind of hard. You still need a big man, and you need another guard. My advice is take this year. Don't play as much as you could. You're number 3 on all-time scoring. I'd take it and leave it. You're an amazing player, man. Talent's like no other. But you are in hopes of retiring soon. That's all I need to say about that. Then we go to the MLB, the Baltimore Orioles. The O's are struggling right now with losing the last few. Currently 3rd in the American League East, 2 games behind the Rays and the Yankees, who are tied for 1st in the East. Twins leading the Central by a half a game ahead of the Royals. And by the way, the Royals, Kansas City, is making a strong statement to go back to the World Series, which people thought last year, oh, it's a fluke. Nah, they played well. They had a good team. They still have a good team. They can do it. A surprise this year, the Houston Astros. When did the Astros actually get good? When did that happen? It was like out of nowhere. You figure who'd be leading the team is probably either the Rangers, the A's, or the Athletics. The Rangers, the Athletics, or the Oakland A's. But the A's aren't proving a point since they're dead last, 12 games back in the AL West. Houston's 4.5 games ahead of the LA Angels, who have Mike Trout, who could technically lead them to the promised land. But I don't know. Currently in the NL East, the Nats are leading by half a game ahead of the Mets, which a lot of people are all surprised that the Mets are doing well this year. Everyone's like, how? They don't have a lot of stars. They're not producing a lot as they could be, but they're pulling off a miracle. In the NL Central, the Cardinals are 6 games ahead of the Cubs, and the Cubs are surprised. And anywhere they're looking at Chicago. You mean the White Sox? No, I mean the Cubs. Now I got that right. CUBS. Cubs are in 2nd, 6 games back. How the hell did that happen? No one. You hear about the Cubs, you're just like, I don't know. They haven't been to the playoffs in 100 years. More than 100 years have they not been to the playoffs. And a lot of reasons are why. Because they suck. Y'all need to look at it and be like, how the hell is Chicago doing this? And then finally, some people would be confused. Some people would be like, "What the hell?" But I guess it happens. Then we go to the NL West. You got the LA Dodgers leading a half a game ahead of the Giants, and everyone's within 7 games. You got the Dodgers, Giants, Diamondbacks, Padres, and Rockies. They're all closer to each other than a bunch of the other people. Besides the AL East and Central, all the other divisions are just bleh. They're already set out to who could win the division. And then everything else. Recapping right now, at the Dover, and speaking of anyone interested in NASCAR, Jimmy Johnson makes history with 10th Dover victory, and that trophy looks like a freaking like the Thing from the Fantastic Four, like a mean like thing from the Fantastic Four. I don't get it. And then tennis related, Roger Federer and Gail Monfils will finish their match on Monday after weather suspended them today. And then anyone interested in soccer, the scuffle with FIFA right now is still high, and no one knows exactly when the fix will be done, but they're hoping pretty soon. And going back to basketball, we're going to talk about a minute about the two pretty much best players right now. You got Stephen Curry, who is making history as well because he's played against every player who was on the first team on the NBA, which was Marc Gasol, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, and James Harden. He is about to play. He has played 4. He's played 3 of them. He played James Harden in the Western Conference Finals. He played Anthony Davis in the first round, and then he played Marc Gasol in the second round. He's got 1 opponent left. He can do it. Though you got LeBron James, the best player in the world right now. He's trying to prove that leaving Cleveland and coming back was no fluke, though in my honest opinion, he probably is genius for what he did. He left Miami for 4 years, in which time and the funny joke about that was if Houston had made it and beaten LeBron James, that would prove that LeBron James is terrible at playing basketball against the state of Texas, because he lost the first time to the Dallas Mavericks in his first year with Miami, won the next 2. His second title was 7 games against San Antonio, and he won. And then the second time, they lost to San Antonio. So this year, it's going to be who has it more, who can do it. And whenever you're looking at Coach Popovich, he's just like, I wonder if he's always sad. I wonder if like him and Bill Belichick are in the same boat, because you never see them smile. Not even when they win a championship. Maybe Belichick, that from time to time, will smile, but he's looking at Brady like, you're my hero, man. I can't believe you're my hero. He's my hero. But in lighter aspect, I think LeBron James was smart for what he did, because he brought in Kyrie Irving, Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, Tristan Thompson. Who else do you need? And Kevin Love. Who else do you need? That's a title-winning team right there. He left so that Tristan Thompson and Kyrie Irving would be drafted by Cleveland. Cleveland wouldn't give him up. And then he would come back 4 years later to a title-contending team, leaving Miami with absolutely nobody. Chris Bosh, bleh. Dwayne Wade, he's reaching his peak. And they all thought, and then Shabazz got drafted by Miami because he was hoping to play with LeBron. Tough luck, Shabazz. But you still got to look at Golden State. You got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Bogut, Davis. Not Davis. you got Harrison Barnes, just played a good role player. He was clutch in game 5. He came out, took advantage of everything. He was the star. Sorry about that. But in all honesty, you gotta see that it's gonna come down to who has it more. And in my prediction, it's gonna be Golden State in either 6 or 7 games. Flat out, Golden State's gonna win in 6 or 7 games. Because first game is gonna be what they do. Second game is what to fix, and then everything like that. But in all honesty, you got Golden State has a lot better shooters than Cleveland. And then Harrison Barnes will play stellar defense. I think he's just going to look at the film from last year and see how Kawhi Leonard guarded LeBron and go from there. Because if he does that, that'll be the best thing ever to do. But yeah. Well, thanks. If anyone wants to leave a comment about what to talk about next time, leave a comment. Tell your friends. Anyone, I'm still looking for a co-host. I know some of my buddies might be interested, but I'm looking for someone for an hour or 2 a week to do this, have some fun, talk, discuss anything that's on your mind about sports, professional, high school, not college. But if interested, let me know. If you want to discuss on here, let me know. Feel free to open and talk about anything. But signing off.